in Lagos State, where members of the Air Transport Services Senior Staff Association of Nigeria grounded flight operations at the Murtala Mohammed Airport 2 terminal after blocking the entrance gates. The union is protesting what it termed the unprovoked termination of the appointments of 34 aviation workers by operators of the airport terminal, B-Courtney Aviation Services Limited. The union says BASL management acted at a time when parties were still having discussions and there was nothing to suggest that negotiation had broken down. The Deputy Secretary General of the Air Transport Services Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, Francis Akinjole, says this is not the first time the management of BASL had taken such step in laying off staff after a series of intimidation. The situation has now forced airlines operating within the airport terminal to withdraw flight operations.
For our members in B-Courtney, we are on the table negotiating with B-Courtney management. All of a sudden, the B-Courtney management unilaterally sent some of our members out of job. And we felt it is not right because we have an agreement with them. So we felt it would have been better for us or for them to call us, for us to sit down and negotiate exit pay. Unfortunately, they do that on their own. And the union didn't feel that it is not right thing to do.
When we were saying no to concession because workers will lose their job, the minister kept saying that no, workers might have lost their job when there was no ICRC. But now there is a government agency that is midwifing it. There will not be job loss. And we said no, there will definitely be the job loss. We cannot force the farm workers on concessionaires. They said no.
Now let's take you back to the airport where we have some of the protesters who are protesting at the Murtala Mohammed Airport 2, where our correspondent, senior correspondent Sharon Jackson is bringing us up to speed. Sharon, what more do we know about this protest?
Well, we have workers in their numbers here at MM2 still picketing MM2 at the moment as we speak. We have travelers that have been stranded, but from information I can gather right now, most airlines have diverted their planes to MM1 terminal. So it means that if anyone has to catch a local flight right now, they might not be able to use MM2, but they can be rest assured that they can use MM1 to get to their various destinations, which implies that the impact this protest has had so far is to disrupt the flight itinerary from both the travelers and the airline operators. If you look at the situation we find ourselves here, the workers here are angry that 37 of them have been sacked. And most of the people that were impacted by this action are union members, and that is why they took it upon themselves to actually come out in the open to express their displeasure of 34 of union members relieved of their appointments, including the unit chairman of B-Courtney here in MM2.
Has there been any address made by those in authority to address this problem and the kind of difficulties some travelers are actually facing who are caught in the web?
Well, the much that I've seen so far is airline operators sending email messages, text messages to their customers, informing them of flight disruptions and how they can get to their destination in good time. But as for the management of B-Courtney, as we speak, there is no update information or reaction to the development that we can see here right now at the gate. The gate has been shut down. You can see that there is a canopy in front of the gate, which means that people cannot go in, no one can come out. So apparently before anyone could even access the MM2 airport today, the workers have been there prepared to ensure that no one goes in, no one comes out. And one can also imagine the loss that would have been incurred with this development, owing to the fact that we have other business owners here, from the taxi drivers to those that have other businesses that they attend to for consumers that might need some refreshments and thereabouts here at MM2 Ikeja, Lagos.
Sometimes, in some of these kind of protests, we usually have some management who, those in authority, might probably invite the security agencies to manage things, to put things in order. Has there been any semblance of security agents there who are trying to, or maybe any semblance of a problem being caused by some of these protesters, which might
security agencies around? We have the Nigerian police force on ground. We have the naval officers on ground. We have the Nigerian military men on ground. We have so many security agents on ground, ensuring that law and orderliness is being promoted here. We also have some of them trying to ensure that there is free flow of traffic. It was reported earlier on in the day that Ikeja, Lagos was filled with traffic. But right now, as we speak, the traffic is a moving traffic.
Yeah.
Right now. We can see new buses, new armored tank, across parade, trying to survey the environment as we speak. But be rest assured that the traffic has eased out. The workers are protesting, and businesses are moving on as usual at the Ikeja community. The police officers have been able to ensure that the protesters are allowed to protest, while also we have free vehicular movement across the state.
All right, continue to keep close tabs on this for us. Senior correspondent Sharon Ijason live for us from the Murtala Mohammed Airport too. Thank you.